All right, what's good, everybody? This is the Sports Analyst One-on-One show where we talk about all the basketball topics. I'm B. Lee, and I'm here with Ralph and Chad. So let's just go ahead and kick it off. So the first thing I want to ask you, Ralph, who are
hmm
your title favorites currently in the East and West?
The West, I'm gonna tell you, I I'm still looking at Denver. I'm looking at I can't count out the Golden State Warriors. Like I said,
Okay.
they the defending champions. Until you knock them off, I still got them as favorite. And of course, the Suns. Yeah, granted, we got an injury into Kevin Durant, but I think he can bounce back and still fit in. It's going to take a little bit for them to gel. Now on the East, I'm gonna say really it's between the Bucks and the Celtics to me. If the Celtics is healthy, you know, the
Celtics
Bucks,
having a little bit of slide too.
yeah, and that's my thing. I got my sleeper in the 76ers if they could get it together.
Are they really a sleeper though?
Yeah, because you got to look at it. James Harden has not proved to where he can bring up his numbers in the playoffs. He's awesome in the season. But when the playoffs come, he's good in the first round, second round, he's still good. But that Western Conference Final, that's when he was really dropping. Not just I'm talking about on the turnover rates as well. He's
Yeah,
not.
his production goes way down after a while. After the
Yeah.
longer he get into the playoffs.
And
All
that's
right,
why I really have that.
okay. All right, Chad, what's yours?
Well, in the West, I'm gonna go with "What Have You Done for Me Lately," and
So Denver still don't no Denver for you.
no, I'm the Sacramento Kings and the Lakers, man.
Okay,
In
yeah,
the East, man, I think Milwaukee's got it locked, but I think Cleveland's going to surprise some people.
okay.
Hmm.
Explain this King thing. The Kings, your one of your
Yeah,
favorites.
please.
Well, I mean that they're young. They've
Hmm.
been together a while. The core has,
They actually have.
right? And you look at the last 10 or so games, man. They're like 8-2, 9-1, something like that. So I mean, they're on a roll right now. At the time that you need to start getting things rolling,
What you think
you
about
know. But
experience though? Experience
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I mean, sometimes I mean it's going to matter on actually making it to the finals. I mean, right now they're second seed, so they're going to be playing the second lowest seed the first round. You know, I just hope it ain't the Lakers.
Yeah, I think experience sometimes can be a little bit overrated. Golden State made it to the finals with no experience, and look how that turned out. But
Well,
I don't know with the Kings.
it's the thing about momentum, man. Chemistry and momentum.
I think it all depends on the personnel when it's become like the no experience situation. Because
Hmm.
like with the big three in Boston, they had no experience, but the the style of play that they had and the players that was coming together made it work.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, it's like I said, it's what have you done for me lately? Like what's it look like right now? If we were playing right now, who would I'd pick with the way things are going right now? That'd be my two teams
All
out of the
right, Craig.
West.
We're talking about our title favorites. So in the East and the West. So what's yours? I'm not sure if he's ready yet. It's kind of
I
moving
don't
slow
think he
motion.
heard you,
Hey, Craig, can you hear me?
Craig. Craig. I don't,
Oh, man.
He probably having a little bit of trouble. But yeah, my picks, I believe, still the same. Bucks and Denver. I know me and Chad went back and forth. He was basically saying that Denver hasn't really shown that they could actually make it through the West
hmm
throughout the years. But I believe that they're the best team currently in the West, and they're clicking on all cylinders. They're still first in the West. I don't see
Yeah.
a team that's better than them currently. I know the Kings are doing much better this year. I wouldn't put them as far as in the Western Conference Finals, though. I may
I
give them a round.
hmm
See, that's the thing with you shut down Jokic, you shut down the Jazz. LeBron can do that. Kawhi Leonard can do that, and Kevin Durant can do that. So I mean, you already got three guys that can shut him down, and that shuts that team
Jokic,
down.
I don't know if,
no.
to be honest with you, the only reason the Lakers made it past Denver was because they put Dwight Howard on Jokic. For some reason, he couldn't do anything with Dwight Howard. I don't know what it
Yeah.
was. Maybe Dwight's more physical. He's stronger. But I don't think the Lakers got someone they could just put on Jokic. I don't think Anthony Davis could do it because he might foul out or it might just exhaust him for the game.
Right. And like
Vanderbilt got
I'm glad you
Vanderbilt
spoke
there
up
too.
on I'm glad you spoke up on Denver because like we got to realize these past few years Denver has not been fully healthy and they've been getting the blunt end of it. Now they are fully healthy and we can see what they're really capable of. This is really for me is where this is the test for me. All right, if they're fully healthy throughout the playoffs, then we can make that judgment call. Because remember, in the bubble, um, Jamal Murray he got hurt, so it's like they missed their second option.
Yeah, he got hurt later in the series, but before then, he was like Superman.
Facts.
Yeah, before, yeah. So I don't know. I still think it's Denver. They proven enough to me that they can. I trust them a lot more than the Kings and even the Lakers. But the Lakers, that's just a toss up. We don't really know what's going to go on with the Lakers. We don't know if
Yeah.
LeBron come back, Anthony Davis go out. The Lakers healthy, I would give them a chance to beat anybody. But that's the thing. Can they stay healthy for 20 to 25 game playoff
I mean,
series?
yeah, I mean you need LeBron and Anthony in the playoffs, but
Every game
the
too.
way the team's playing right now, man, hell, Anthony Davis only took 6 shots last night,
Yeah.
man.
What was up with that? But they still won. Like they have so much more firepower now. It's completely different than what they had. Like that's why it's kind of hard to pick them because they're
Man,
playing so
if
well.
LeBron and AD stay healthy, dude, I don't see
Oh,
I see it at a fifth ring, man. I
I
know
would
Rob
love
don't
that,
like
but
that.
ooh, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, because like the question is, are they going to be able to re-sign D'Angelo Russell back? You know, because
I
he
don't
is a
even
free
trust
agent.
I don't trust
I'm
the
talking about
Lakers to
this
make
year. I
anything
ain't
good.
talking about next year.
Yeah. Hey, Craig, can you hear us now? Ah, he went off again. Yeah, the thing with the front office at the Lakers, you can't really trust them because after they won the title last time, they split the whole team up. Then
Yep.
they try to bring some of the same type of players back the following year, but
Can y'all hear me?
y'all, yeah, we can hear
Yeah, there
you.
we
I
go.
can hear you.
Yeah, my bad. I'm in my car on my phone. I had to take my 5G because it was lagging.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were talking about our favorites in the East and West.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
internet's bad.
Yeah, it's like I said, I want to have faith in the Lakers. On paper, they're really good, but as we know in basketball, that's not never the case.
I mean
No,
that can be
you
said
you
about
you
any
definitely
team.
have
So,
to a cohesiveness definitely gotta be there.
Yeah, that's just not the case anymore. So, plus the way the game is played, like it's a shooter's league now. That's also something that we got to think about. Any team could beat you on any given night. So,
that's what I
it's
say.
just tough.
What have you done for me lately?
Yeah, and like you said, the Kings, they could ball, they could shoot, they could do everything. They could actually end up upsetting a
They're
lot of people.
averaging the most points in the league right now.
Yeah, like the Kings can actually, the way the
120
game is played,
points a game.
yeah, the like way the game is played, you can't say something about the Kings cannot make it by the way the game is played. So, all right, so I know we hit on this a little bit before we started, but I know the LeBron accusations that he's been using PEDs. We've been hearing about that for years, especially from people who just want this to be a story. So with the UFC player coming out stating that he knows LeBron used PEDs, do y'all got anything to say about that? Which I don't think is true.
I'd
Well,
say if
I mean,
LeBron was using PEDs, he would be doing better than what he is.
mm,
I guess he must have stopped using them because he's been hurt lately. But
It's you know, it's just you don't
as
see people at 38 years old that's really 45 in NBA years doing what he's
mhm,
doing, man. They
I
try to
mean,
say
I
the
don't.
same thing with Tom Brady, and I don't even
I,
like Tom Brady.
I I don't have too much about that. I mean, I've seen the difference, like PEDs, you get bigger and everything, and like when I seen him from Cleveland to Miami, he was much bigger. He was actually weighing like I think he was like at 170 at one point, 160,
you mean
something like
two
that. I
seventy,
mean, one yeah, two.
two
I'm
two
sorry,
seventy, 260.
270, 280, something like that. And then he's got much smaller because he went on that what is it, low carb diet or something like that that one year,
Mm,
and he got much smaller. So I mean, I could see I could see the accusations coming from that, but I'm not a man that actually gonna be like, hey, you're doing it. I mean, they just accusations to me.
yeah, I don't. To me, his body hasn't changed too much. He may have dropped 10 to 15 pounds max in the summer, but like you said, he changed his diet. That's possible.
Man
But
spends $1.5 million on his body every year, dude.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. So I don't really see it. I could understand if he just was real huge. He went from like 275 to 260 or like 270 to 60. Like it wasn't a big, I know he was slimmer when he got to Cleveland, but towards like the next season, he was, bigger still. Even last summer, he slipped down a little, but it's not really, a big jump or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't really see it as much. So, all right, so yeah, that's to me a bunch. It's more of a non-story to me. Not too many people really taking it serious anyway. So, all right, so let's go ahead and move on to the Suns. All right, so Chad, do you think that I know KD could fit in anywhere? That's what they say, he could fit in anywhere. But if he's just coming back for like the last week of the season, do you think it's enough time for them to actually gel to make a playoff run?
I mean, yeah, I mean, with KD, yeah, it depends on what KD's mindset is. If he's gonna slowly just come in there and gain the trust back of Devin Booker, so to speak, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And all it will take is just Durant hitting 3 or 4 threes in a row, man. That it'll spark. He's not a selfish player, man, and that's why he can fit in anywhere. He'll let somebody go. He don't have to have the ball in his hands. So I think that will be all right. I wouldn't want a week before the playoffs would be enough time. I wouldn't put too much stock in him winning the first series and coming back in that series.
What do you think, Rob? You think that's enough time for him
Well,
to jail?
well, I know what the reports was. He's going to be out for 2 weeks, if I'm served correctly. At first, they were saying the rest of the year.
Yeah,
Then
four,
they
4 to 6 weeks.
retracted. Then I saw on the reports to where they retracted and said 2 weeks. It was a sprained ankle, I believe, right?
Yeah, sprain ankle.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like Chad said it best. By him being efficient and be able to shoot and everything, I do feel like. I feel like he could still fit in there and be effective.
What if he
And
somehow could not play for the playoffs? How far you think the Suns could make it?
I think they could go to the second round. I think. Hold on, where they at right now?
I think they what the four seed, right? I mean, Chad is a four seed still.
And
Yeah.
who's the fifth?
Yeah, the fourth seed.
Who's the
Fifth, I
fifth
think,
seed?
Uh,
is
is
either the
Golden State, right?
Golden State or the
Ooh,
Clippers.
Clippers. I
Golden
uh,
think
State
it
they
might
might
they
be
be.
the
they
Clippers. It might be
they,
the
they
Clippers.
de- yeah, they're gonna need him first round then. He definitely gonna he's gonna have to play that first round to get past that because the Clippers and like I said, go to state, you can't count them out. They the defending champions. So
I'm just counting them out. I don't think they're going to do much.
uh
I think that
I
team is not the same.
that I don't know, man. It's like that
It's
that
hard to say
team
because I
they
mean there's still good players on that team, man. Like I mean I know Chris Paul ain't what he is, but his presence still makes a difference, man. And they do Devin Booker and the dude from what is that White Man Can't Jump
huh?
on the team. He's pretty good. The dude that played in White Man Can't Jump that he got played at center.
Come on, Aiden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tell me that
Hayden.
man don't look like him. Tell me you don't look like him. The one that goes and gets the gun and rob
I know you
rob.
talk about that. I ain't really put two and two together, but I know you talk about that.
Oh my God. And I think he's the X factor for that team. To be honest with you, DeAndre Hayden. Now, I feel like if he's able to be a rim runner and actually play some defense down low and get his, he could get his points. Like if he could give
If
you a good
Booker can get
17,
30,
15.
if Booker can get 30 or 40 a night, and him get 25, and Chris Paul get 15, I think they could win, man.
Well, without in the first round without KD, yeah, they would have to put that up. But if KD's there, they won't have to do that much.
No,
What Chris Paul will have to do as a point guard that he is, he's got to bring that team together to where they're hitting on all cylinders, and their bench is going to have to perform at a high level as well. They're going to have to get at least about 15 from somebody off the bench
yep.
to
And who's gonna
even
be
if it's
off
Terrence
the bench?
Ross, Cameron Payne. I mean Terrence Ross, Cameron Payne,
I don't think
or
Payne will give you that much.
And if they facing the Clippers,
he
they facing the
what
Clippers. I mean,
was
there's a high probability that George Paul will miss a
Paul
couple
George.
games of like low percentages.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't know. Like to me, without KD, Clippers a better team than the
mhm.
Suns. But like you said, you don't really know with the Clippers either because Paul George could just go completely cold. Kawhi could be
They
limping
got
around.
Westbrook now.
Well, I feel like
With Westbrook, man, like I don't know what the hell's happened to him the last 3 years. That dude just fell completely off. And
I would say he lost his confidence, but he's not playing like he lost his confidence.
no,
He's
that's
just
right. I don't
playing
agree.
irresponsible on the court.
facts. I think
It's one
with
thing to have 6 turnovers in a game and you're averaging 30 points, but hell, he's averaging 13 points and then having 6, 7 turnovers a game. You can't do that. Like it's not balancing out.
Mm, I don't really. I don't know why they signed Russ. To be honest with you,
The name,
well, I think they signed him for the fact that they do have Bones Holland, whatever how you pronounce his last name. They do have him, but Russ is a more proven player than him, and they thought with his playmaking ability, being able to like hit the wide open players, like such as the shooters in Paul
hmm
George and all those others, they felt like that would gel with the players that they have, and I think you know getting them in mid-season is really rough. If
that's
they
tough
started
because
at the
they're starting.
beginning, yeah, if they got it at the beginning of the season, they could go through their bumps and bruises at the beginning of the season. And then I felt like it would have been a little better getting towards the middle of the season to where they would gel a little more. But this is a small amount of games to put Russ into the situation to gel with people.
Mhm.
The only person that actually played with Russ is Paul George. You know,
I do think they should do something about the trade deadline because right now they're getting players with 25 games left after the trade
hmm
deadline. Like that's not really helping any team out, getting players so late. Most teams are, not benefiting from that small amount of time with new
So what's the
players.
reason for a trade deadline? What's their reasoning for having a trade line, anyways?
I think they're trying to do that for half of the season, but like you said, I think it should happen before the
Yeah, like
NBA,
half the year. Yeah.
a little
Yeah, it
bit
should be
before, and then have the buyout, like probably where the trade deadline is at, to where you give them enough time to gel with one another.
yeah, but you I don't know, I guess you can always make trades before, but it seems like most teams are waiting till the trade deadline, even put up packages. So it
Yeah,
goes both ways. It goes, on the NBA teams not wanting to do that as well. So I don't
I
they probably won't fix it.
I think it's a tactic of why they wait towards the trade deadline because there's some teams that want to offload some contracts and some players, and like
Mhm.
it gets to the point to where, oh, I got to move this person, so I'm gonna get what I can, instead of trying to work some negotiations early on. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
really what that is. But I think your idea is perfect to where you move the deadline to what it's in February instead of February, move it in January, then have the buyout in February, right where they have that trade deadline. I think that would actually benefit teams to where they can gel those players.
yeah. I think Russell basically would definitely gel better if he had half the year instead of 25 games. But to me, Russ playing with the Clippers is not terrible because they have shooters. That what Russ needs is shooters, but he's not turning the ball over, passing it to shooters. He's turning the ball over, making erratic plays, and that's
Which
what you
was
get with
Russ.
Russ.
hmm
You get just the bad plays and not like the simple plays that he make when someone's wide open. He just get those bad plays. That's why they really think that it would gel as well because Russ make those erratic plays. And like we seen late a couple of games, those loses games at the end of the game, and you can't really play them towards the end. And the game they won, Russ didn't even play in the fourth. I don't think.
Yep.
No, I don't
I
think
mean,
I
so
they
mean,
either.
just
like,
keep turning the ball over. It's just, hell, they're missing shots, wide open shots. It's, I don't know, man. You can't have, like you say, you can't have him on the floor at the end of the game. You can good for the second, third quarter.
I mean,
Give
that's so
somebody,
why you
give
start
somebody
them?
some rest.
Yeah, so
Huh?
why even start them if you're not even gonna play them when the game is on the line?
I think he
Yeah,
could benefit from that bench too, because
yeah,
a
'cause
lot
like
of the
you say,
shooters are on the bench, and he if he's coming in with the second unit to where he can play Russ game and have the shooters around him, and you're playing against other people, second units to where very similar what the Lakers were doing, but they had better
Mm,
shooters over the Clippers
yeah,
than the Lakers. I think that would work out. Just put Bones
yeah,
Holiday in that position to where he's able. I mean, he can shoot the ball very well too,
mhm,
and then he can orchestrate that offense with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
yeah,
yeah.
and
Because if
also,
you get,
yeah,
if your starters get
uh,
a lead, they can go out there and either keep the lead or they can lose it, you know,
Extended.
and then the fourth quarter to get it back or keep it. Because, like I say, if you're starting him, if you watch the Lakers, they get behind just because of stupid shit that he does.
Yeah.
and
And
then
now,
the thing is, then you setting a bad example by letting him start instead of bringing him in slower.
yep,
Like he's not gonna want to go come off the bench again because he's already starting.
he's gonna have to learn that if he's gonna stay in the league.
Yeah, and like even with the
But
Lakers, he was face to face with Darvin Ham because he wasn't playing in the fourth. So, what you think is gonna happen if you continue to not play him in the fourth?
That's
he's
what I'm
gonna have
saying.
to take.
If the Suns face the Clippers, that's what they're going up against.
I think he's gonna have to humble himself. It's gonna be he's gonna eat some humble pie this off season because
Definitely.
once he's starting to, because he's gonna demand the 30 million, and he's gonna realize he's not gonna get that. I see somebody paying him
You can't
probably
give
around
somebody that.
20, 15,
I don't see no one
and
paying him 20.
I'll say at the most. I can see you got some crazy organizations that will jack up that price for him. But
I mean, nobody
I
wanted him
see,
though.
huh?
Nobody wanted him though. All year
Well,
long.
Yeah, he's not getting 20
we
million.
see one team wanted him. I want to say who else was interested in him during there? I think
They
what
want him to just buy out
Chicago.
his deal. They want him just to buy out his deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think it's going to be hard for him in the summer because he's going to continue to think that he wants to get paid close to what he's getting. He's going to get
And
like five
start
million at the most.
and want to start.
Yeah, and want to
Nah,
start.
he's gonna have to realize that he's gonna have to take that back seat of not starting.
Well, he's got to realize
He's
that. If
gonna
they're
he's
realizing
gonna
that,
realize that.
how can you ask to, if you're coming off the bench, how can you be asked to for 20 or $30 million a year? That's crazy.
Oh, he's not gonna get no 30. I know that. And
He ain't gonna
as I
get that
think
20.
about it, I don't think he'll get 20 either. It's probably more 10. He could get that
I
Like
10.
would say if he's in the league next year, it's because he's gonna have to take the league minimum.
that's what I'll say. He's going to have to take the vet minimum. I think it was like 5.8.
I don't
He's
even think
literally
it's
going to have
that
to take the
high.
minimum.
I
You don't
don't
think it's
even
that
think
high either?
that. I don't think it's that high. I think it's like 3 or 2.
I mean, the thing is, what hurt him is what he did before he left the Lakers, while he was up in, Darvin Ham's face.
Mm.
I think that's gonna probably ruin a lot of his chances of playing somewhere
And
else.
plus his play, man. I mean,
That on
it
top
ain't
of it.
just it ain't just what he's done with the Clippers or the Lakers. I mean, he ain't really done nothing since he left Houston.
Against
Bouncing
the
around.
Wizards, he
What
averaged
was he on six
triple
teams
double
the
Ah,
too,
past
but
Wizards.
4 years?
Yeah,
he averaged a
Wizards.
triple double, but they ain't really go
Yeah.
nowhere.
They were
Did
well,
they even make the
before.
playoffs? Did they even make the
Yeah, they
playoffs?
made the
Yeah, they,
playoffs.
they
They
made a
made
play.
the
I,
playoffs.
I think they got swept in the
They
first round, but they made it.
Man,
they made a like before. I want to say he didn't make the All Star team, and he wasn't averaging a triple double, and they were out the playoffs. And Russ stepped up his
Yeah, he
game
turned
to
it
where
up.
he started averaging. Yeah, he turned it up big time, and he wound up averaging that triple double, and they got into that playoff spot.
That's what he needs, a team that he could take control of. But what team is willing to do that?
but see, we're also talking about him doing
Houston,
that 4 years ago. You know,
Houston. I mean, it's really the bottom teams if you really be honest, like Houston. Oh,
you think Houston going to take him back?
They
what they
didn't want
got
him
over
this
there?
year, but for the vet minimum, they'll
Well,
probably.
there's interested in him at the
Who
vet
else is the
minimum,
bottom teams? Like,
but is he going to do that? That's the thing.
And then if
It's
you're a
going to be
bottom
Russ's
team, he
last
might
year. If he,
get you into the playoffs. That's the thing, and you want to get a draft pick. So it's so
yeah,
many
like
different angles.
Hornets. I can see him going to the Hornets. Well,
Mellow,
no, I can't even see that.
mm,
Nope, never mind.
mellow.
Yeah. Um, Spurs. I don't know.
I don't know if him and Pop is going to jail.
Well, I feel like that type of coach, he will humble himself. I think that's the only coach he will take a back seat because Pop really
Yeah,
actually demands that respect.
yeah. You know, Darvin Ham wasn't really a star in the league, so it was
No.
kind of hard for him to just sit back and watch him not play when Darvin Ham's a coach. That's why he was up in his
Yeah.
face.
hey,
Yeah, I
seriously, like
don't,
what is Russell Westbrook good at now? He
coming off the
doesn't
bench.
do
He's
much on the defensive end.
you
He turns the
you
ball
talking about his
over.
attributes? Oh, well,
Yeah,
I
currently.
feel like he
I mean,
still
it's
got a quick first step and he can drive to the paint. I mean, he's still athletic.
He's
It's
almost the
just
same
but I
player.
mean,
yeah,
but that's
he
what I'm
has
saying.
not
Like,
missed
what's that
anything.
going to fit with? What's that going to fit with?
Mm, Fast first step. I mean, Pop had
But I mean, of the teams out
he
there,
had
what
Tony
what
Parker,
team
which
is
was
in need
fast.
of that? If that's your best attribute is a quick first step and drive,
Well,
and you're
Pop is
averaging 13
experienced.
points a game. Like, what? I mean,
Pop
what team needs that?
Pop is experiencing a fast, quick first step type of point guard within Tony Parker. So I mean, he does
Yeah,
have
but Tony
experience with
Parker
that.
didn't turn the ball over as much as Westbrook and he shot better.
That's why I said, I feel like, Pop as a coach will humble him down and really take more of a control of his game. Because let's look at DeRozan. When he left there, what? When he first got to Chicago, everybody was turning heads like, "Yo, this is the craziest season he ever had." That was his best season of his career, the best. He was talking to MVP candidates.
Yeah,
So,
I guess it's different with DeMar and what Westbrook. Westbrook is so erratic. That's the
hmm
thing, though. His playing style that he needs really his own team. And
and
if Pop allow him to do that, that'll work. But I don't know.
I feel like Pop, as we can all agree, he's top five best coach of all time, and I feel like he could probably guide Westbrook in a way to where he never seen the game in certain aspects because what Billy Donovan, um, what was his
But it,
coaches? He
what is
had
he?
Dan
30,
All of them
what,
just
35
Tony,
years
a
old
Russ.
now?
lot
They
of
just allow him to do what he wants to do.
exactly instead of actually trying to coach him. And I feel like he gets to a coach like that, it might be a little difficult at first, but after a while he may be able to get it. I mean, this is just hypothetically speaking.
Yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, like Pop is gonna demand a lot more respect than Darvin Ham.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
he has every right to receive it.
Yeah, like y'all was saying, like it's gonna be a awakening for him this offseason.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like look at Melo. Melo could have still played and averaged 20 points a game in the league, but no one wanted him.
Yep,
Yeah,
because of
I
it
think
was
that Melo's last year was better than what Westbrook has done.
it's like
Yeah.
with Melo, after he got traded to Chicago and they waived him, it's like he couldn't get back in the league because Melo still wanted to play Melo ball and he had to eat some humble pie to get back in the league. That's really what it was.
So what you think Russ has to do?
He gonna
Just
have
be
to
willing just to come off the bench, basically.
He's gonna have to
um
learn how to shoot.
That's not
like you
gonna
like you
happen.
said
I
Russ is
mean,
still he's still that same player, so I don't
I believe he could
know.
average a triple double still.
Yeah,
yeah, but what is
not
a triple double of
close.
a 10-10-10?
I mean, I
Close.
think he can, but that's not impressive no more. That's the thing.
No, it's not,
Melo could
especially
have
when
averaged 20. That's not impressing anybody. Westbrook averaging a triple double is not impressing anybody because you not still not going to make it far.
No,
no.
I feel like, Russ averaging a triple double, I feel like, you know, mm, I don't think he can do that. I think it's more so on the side of maybe 17, 9 and 9. That's more
And
so
still
of
in the
what
league
where he's
healthy.
at right
And,
now.
and that's supposed to be your best player.
No, 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 no. Not he's far from that now. He's not the best player anymore. That's behind him. He's just gonna have to realize he's a second or third option type of guy
I don't even think he's a second option now.
on a bad team. Yeah,
Yeah, on a
on
bad
a bad
team.
But
team.
But
but just thinking about like what team is he's
and
going to
that has to be
excel
a
on?
pretty bad team, man.
I know we say
Orlando,
Houston he could probably play for
Orlando.
Orlando.
I mean, Marcus Fultz. I mean, really, we gonna talk about him, and then Anthony Cole. I mean, Cole Anthony. He's in and out, and he's inefficient as much as Westbrook. So it's like, what do
I
they
know they
really
got
have at point guard?
that Vancaro in there who's, is going to be the star of the team. So I
Yeah,
don't know if you want to bring in Russ to compete with Vancaro. So I don't think that would be an option.
I best
yeah.
best team for him is the Jazz.
Oh
The
no,
Jazz don't even want
Jazz,
him.
Jazz,
The
Jazz
Jazz
That's
don't
ain't.
want him.
good.
They the one that waived him.
Yeah,
Jazz
they
ain't
they
That's,
don't
going.
want
that's,
him.
that's the best team for him, though.
We said Houston, but I
You got Kevin Porter
Also,
Jr. over there really running the point.
don't really see a place that he could go and be Russ.
no.
Like I
I
said, I
think
think
Yeah,
he
that's
could
what I
average a
say.
triple
Like,
double, but no
what
team
team
wants
does?
that.
Yeah,
maybe because Jordan do like Russ, maybe he does go to the Hornets.
That's Mellow squad.
It is. I agree, but I can see that happening because of the relationship.
I don't think he's going to be Russ. He's just going to be better on the bench, playing behind
Yeah.
somebody.
Well,
I don't see how this is going to work. I think this is Russ last year
I
getting
said
minutes in the league.
last year when he went to the Lakers, man, I when people talking smack about them, I was like, dude, no, I just knew he wouldn't fit. He ain't a good fit with anybody,
maybe
man.
back in Washington.
Best fit was when he played with KD and James Harden, man.
Mhm. He
I
should
mean,
have
Maybe
just
back to
stayed where he
Washington.
was at. He should have just stayed in OKC. He should never want to get traded.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Maybe back at Washington.
And Paul George probably would have stayed too.
It's like who's their point guard there?
Oh, I don't know who is they putting on the Washington. I have no idea. But I know the reason Russ left was because Paul George went to the Clippers.
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted out.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought that Westbrook wanted Chris or Paul George to come there, and then after he got there, that Russell Westbrook wanted out, and so Paul George just went
No,
ahead
no, it was
and
yeah. Remember, Paul George supposed to go to the Lakers, but he signed with the Thunder. So they played another year, and Kawhi said he wanted Paul George, or he was going to go to the
Mm.
Lakers. But Russ called Kawhi first and said he wants to go to the Clippers when he got there, and he didn't return his call. He just told the Clippers he wanted Paul George. Then after that happened, Russ wanted out. And then he went to Houston, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm looking right now. They don't really have a point guard
Mhm.
that I mean Kendrick Nunn.
I mean, it worked last time. It worked last time.
Exactly.
Why not?
Exactly. And they actually got better pieces than the last time.
Yep, he got a better team. So I don't know, but it's not many. It's not many. When there's not many teams wanting you, you don't have to pay more than you need to.
yeah, that's it. He's gonna be playing next year. It's
Oh,
league
I see
minimum.
why he was there and it worked. Scott Brooks was the coach.
Well,
That's
Scott Brooks love Russ, I thought.
that's why it worked at the Wizards.
Oh, so you said
Scott
that's
Brooks was
why it
there.
worked. Okay. So is he still there
Now
or
it
did he
makes
get
sense.
fired?
No, it was
Is it
Wes Unseld Jr. there.
okay.
It makes sense now. He knows how to play him.
Yeah. Like I said, like
Or
I
maybe the
don't see.
Bulls. Maybe the Bulls, since Billy Donovan is there and he has experience with him as well.
Yeah. I think he might get a chance and
If
he
he
just have to
accepts the
take
league
his
minimum,
but I don't think he's gonna get a chance to be the starter of the team no more. I think that's done.
Well, the Bulls. I mean, we got what's his name just had of another surgery.
Lonzo?
Lonzo. So it's like Pat Bev is not going to be there. Who's going to be the starting point?
if Pat Bev's
Mm.
not that good,
He's just a defensive person, a net. That's really what
He
he
don't even
is.
do that now.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He don't even
He's
do that
showing
now.
what he was.
I think some of these players that's acting like Pat Bev and Draymond, they setting themselves up for the end of their career to go on like big thing is a podcast, and
Hmm.
they're trying to get on that side, being more of a
Yeah, because
media.
Pat Bell's in a lot of podcasts.
He
and
was on
he
ESPN all off season.
yeah, he don't really play. But people love hearing him talk about basketball, so that's all that really matters.
Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot of the players like that is really setting themselves up for after their basketball career.
It's good. I'm pretty sure he'll be better at that than, later in his career.
Be better than Perkins, Kendrick Perkins. Jesus Christ, what's wrong with that man?
Ninth man of the year, 3-time defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
But I mean, Kendrick Perkins, I don't know what in the world he was talking about. That was crazy to make that
Well,
allegation, especially on national TV. That was horrible.
you talking about the MVP thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how you gonna deny the man averaging a triple double, shooting crazy efficiency? The man is almost 60, 40, 90.
Yeah, you could say that Embiid should have won it last year, which I think he should have.
Hmm.
But this year, Jokic,
No.
I mean, there's no reason to give it to nobody else.
Yeah. It's like we seen the triple double, but on this type of efficiency, no.
Yeah. And plus
We
he's like
haven't
number
seen
one in like all the analytics. Like this is the one year you can't really say you could give it to somebody else.
yeah.
The other 2 years you could have made a case.
I
Last
don't
year,
even
I don't know how he really got the MVP, to be honest with you. Embiid should have been MVP.
Embiid didn't play a lot of games. That's what it was. He sat out
I mean,
for
he
some
he
games
played
toward the
enough
end.
to get MVP, I think.
And you got to play like
Yeah.
55, 56 games.
I think he played a little bit more
No,
than
I
that.
don't know. There's
I,
no.
I, I
I
thought
just found
he
that
was in
out.
like the 60 range.
There's. I mean,
I could have sworn he was in the 60 range, but you know,
No, what I'm saying is, they needed to qualify. You got to play like at least 55,
50,
56 games.
56,
certain
I think. 56 or
certain
57
certain cat
to
like
like qualify for like elite awards, I
some of
believe.
them no, some of them you don't have to. You don't
It's
have
it's
to make
like
the qualification.
be like the like leader in awards.
Yeah, like to be
But
a
I
scoring
don't I
threat,
don't think
Yeah.
and that
MVP
you you got
is
to play at
that.
least 56 games.
Yeah, last year Embiid played 68 games.
Because that's
Mm.
like last year, LeBron could have went
Yeah.
for the scoring title,
Yeah, the scoring title, but he couldn't get it
but
because he didn't play enough games.
yeah, he played like 53 games instead of the 55 he needed.
Yeah, so I think that's just for like league leader awards that you have to play a certain amount of games. Because last year Jokic played 74, so he played six more games. So I still think Embiid should have had that MVP. And now you get into this thing where you try to deny him an MVP because he should not have three in a row in their mindset.
You know?
So I don't know. I think he's gonna get it. The last 3 years, he has led the NBA in value over replacement player. And when you lead in that, you usually get MVP.
I mean, that's kind of what you need. Like, it's what the most valuable player is. If you take that player from that team,
Yeah,
they're trash.
he has
So,
the highest value of any player the last three years.
Yeah.
And before that, it was Giannis, and he won the two MVPs. So usually, whoever leads in value over replacement player gets MVP. That's just how it works because you're more valuable to your team. Jordan led it what 10? He tied 10 times. So
Hmm.
LeBron same thing. So both of them should have 10 MVPs, but you have that narrative that you have to give it to
yep,
somebody else.
yep. Just like they wouldn't let LeBron have 5 straight.
Yeah, like that's just how it is. I think Barkley won it that one year with Jordan when he was like eighth in value of replacement player, but they couldn't give Jordan three in a row. So
Yeah.
Well, all right then, you guys. So hopefully I catch Ralph on Go Jays King tomorrow. Chad, you are done with LeBron versus Jordan debate, so I catch you Monday. Oh, Sports Islands 101. I believe Monday we might go sooner. So because Ralph, you can't stay on that late.
Right.
All right. So anyway, I catch you guys on Monday. Have a good weekend.